Hi, so this is a follow-up video to my other Mountain Blade video about making money. So let's say you spent some time, you've farmed the sea raiders, you've gotten some cash together, and you want to move on. So one of the best things you can do with your money is to invest it in a business, so it generates a weekly income. So I've gone to this town here, and I'm just going to find the guildmaster to buy land and set up a business. After wandering around a bit, I find him upstairs, near the castle, and I just go through the normal dialogue and I just see how wealthy this town is. So it's somewhere in the middle. It's not great, but it's not bad. And we go through the menu and I ask to buy some land, and I tried the first option. It's pretty bad. You can go through all of them to see which one's the most efficient, but I kind of know that the ironworks and the weavery are pretty good. So he's telling me they'll make 565 each week if I pay up 10,000 dinars. So I put down the money, and the deal is done. So that's a pretty reliable way to get income for your party. Next I'm going to show you how to assess prices, because I have very high merchant skill. So if I go to a town, I go to the marketplace and I hit the option to assess the local prices. So time goes by as you're doing this, and it gives me a list of what's the best items. So I can buy flax bundle here and sell it at another town called Tyr, and I just sort of take a look and see how much a flax is. So it's 57. So it's not bad, but I try again, I just see if there's another option. And there you go, so it's giving me another one. So I go ahead and I buy the flax, and I'm going to sell it at Tyr. So important part of this is remembering the town names. So I go up to Tyr and I make the deal. So in this playthrough I'm not really aligned with any particular faction, but I am currently engaged as a mercenary for the Kingdom of Rhodoks, but they don't seem to mind me travelling too far. But I wouldn't be able to go into like any of their enemies. So I think the Kherjiits are at war with them, but they've no soldiers, so that's why that caravan has just run away from me. So as I approach Tyr, I just go straight into the town and I flog the flax. Boop, 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 and you see I'm making profit there of 400, I think. I go ahead and assess the prices, and I can buy salt here, sell it at Rivachag at a profit. So I buy the salt, and I go, or sorry, Ravedin. So that's the problem, is just remembering which town is buying what. But in general, that sort of area, the prices will be where you'd make your profits. The towns make a lot of money when you do this as well, so you'll see that they have like, they sell the stock and they make the profit back. So they end up with loads more money left over. But you can also sell it to the other shops. You can sell the salt to the horse guy as well. It would work perfectly. So what do we do with all that money? Well, we build an army. You know how to build an army, don't you? Building an army is easy. Building an army is fun. And it's the main thing in Mountain Blade. An army of the dead! But no, it's just an army of our dudes. So I'm just going to take a look at my party now. And the reason we're building the army is because we want to take over all of Calradia with our own faction. We want towns, cities, we want big castles for ourselves, we want everything basically. And so there's a lot of work in doing that. So you need to get a big army, you need to get lots of money to fund the campaign. You also need to get right to rule. So if we look at my character screen, we can see that that's my renown, my honour and all that stuff. My right to rule is 39. 50 is the highest it goes. I've no friends though, I've no enemies, so I'm not too popular with the lords yet. I can send companions to take a look at spreading it, so we're going to open up spreading my right to rule. You send them on a mission to do so. So I have a good few companions there, and they've sent each one out. And also see my army there. I have Swadian men at arms, so they're like just under Swadian knights. I also have Vagar horsemen, just under Vagar knights, and I have some horse archers. So I have a lot of cavalry in this army. And I also have some caravan masters and sword sisters, just to spice it up. And then my N2 guys there, they're like guys in training to be Swadian men at arms. And at any moment I can just train the men at arms and the horsemen up to knight status, and then they're as good as they get. They're like, that's as strong as they can go. You can take on like a huge army with that. So if you take a look at my budget, that's my weekly budget, you can see like I'm making a huge profit there, so I can afford to sustain the army. So what does the army fight like? So I'm going to show you footage now of me battling. I have a small group, well I suppose it's a big enough group of cavalry against ice raiders, sea raiders, whatever. Same guys I've been beating up all the time. So I tell sword sisters to just follow and stick with me, and I send my cavalry forward, and I use my heroes, my companions, I send them up at the very, very front, so that they take the brunt of the hits rather than letting my guys die. I'd also like to take a moment to talk about weapons. So you can see there I'm using a big spear. And see the way I've changed position now as my horse builds up speed and it's sticking out front. So if I can hit somebody now, I'll kill them instantly. So let's see if I can hit. Down he goes. So that's an instant kill. I'm also carrying throwing axes, which will, if I can hit somebody in the head, it'll kill them straight away. And if you press the up button on the control pad, you can see the numbers have disappeared and I'm able to swing it like a sword. So that's a very powerful weapon to have. So with those two tools, I pretty much just wreck on the battlefield, really. The one downside of that axe is a bit short. So I'm just waiting to see now where the next enemies are coming in, because I don't want one of my guys to end up being surrounded by a load of the enemy, which is inclined to happen with the cavalry because they're right off. So if I go across the hill so we can see them coming in there now, and I move my guys just to get them kind of ready into a line and then tell them to charge. See the way you can see one of my guys is just about to run in on his own, so I'm just pulling him back, and then I tell him to charge again. So you can see now my army's changed quite a lot. It used to be just archers, and now it's cavalry. So the cavalry are just have to mind them a lot more because they run around and they're inclined to like get separated and end up on their own. A bit like I'm actually doing here, but I know to run away, whereas they will just stand there. Like that guy is like surrounded by enemies being hit. So I'm trying to see if I can pick up a sword, because with an axe and a spear and the shield, at least we have one free hand to pick stuff up. So if I find like a good sword, I can just pick it up off the ground. Let's see if I can kill somebody with this axe. Nope. Try again. So that's it, I have no more axes left. And I missed that guy with the spear. Let's see if we can get that one. There we go. So the Swedian knights can do that as well. They can also like stick people with the spear. And you can use that method to kill lords. So if you're in a fight with a lord and you can see him and you can get to stab him, you have him. One of my bugbears this game is it's really hard to like pick stuff off the ground. So I'm like struggling here now, getting on the horse, off the horse. And while the throwing axes are really good, the sword for just getting people is just not prepared. I think it's got to do with the reach of the weapons, really. Head-on collision. So this fight's pretty much over here now. We can see my score at the end. Battle 1. Only Rolf was injured. Oh, Rolf, ha ha ha.